everyone. Today we're going to make a stylish raised garden bed as a Mother's Day gift. This is a picture of the end product that we're hoping to achieve today. The materials that we're going to use today are treated lumber and galvanized metal roofing. This galvanized metal roofing is 8 feet long by 26 inches wide, and then we have decking screws, 2x4x10s and 1x4x8s. We'll be using 3 sheets of the galvanized metal roofing, 3 pieces of the 1x4x8s, and 6 pieces of the 2x4x10. We're going to build a wall here, and this will be the long wall, one of the 2 long walls, 8 feet long, and we're going to have it overlap just 1 inch on either side, and so from here to here is 30 3/4 inches. So the side walls will be the length of the galvanized metal, and they're going to be 8 feet long. So I'm going to go ahead and cut . I took the panel and flipped it over on this side and cut these pieces to fit here, but as you can see, if we screw it on like that, it's gonna ruin our corrugated look. So that gives us about 3/4 of an inch, and we'll measure that to be certain. But then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip this so that it'll set down in there, and it'll be nice and flush. We're at the table saw, and we're gonna cut this down, rip it to 1 inch this way. And as you can see, I have a saw stop table saw. So this is treated lumber. Make sure you turn off the safety device before you use it if you have a saw stop, because if you don't, it will definitely ruin the blade. We cut all 4 down to a width of exactly 1 inch, and now I'm going to go ahead and screw that in. Make sure you do it on the valley side, because if you do it on the hillside, then it will crush the corrugated metal. Before we get it all screwed up, one thing that we want to do is make sure that each individual panel is square. And to do that, this is 107/8 and 107/8, so we know we have a square panel. We completed the 2 long panels, and now we need to do the ends. After assembling the side walls, I realized that I'm going to have to actually move this in 1.5 inches so that the end walls will be able to be assembled properly. So I've actually got to take these apart a little bit, but it shouldn't be a big deal. So this is what we did. We had to move these in 1.5 inches to make room for the ends, and then these end pieces, top and bottom, are 45 inches. Now that we have the frame put together and screwed together, the next step is to put the piece of metal right here, and that will be the distance between here and here, which for us is 41 3/4. I had to cut 4 of these at 23 3/4 to fit in here, and I ripped them down to 2 1/4 inches wide. That'll be used as the backer for the metal piece that'll go along the back. Now that I have the corrugated metal pieces for the ends, I went ahead and used some metal roofing screws and put some in here on the top as well as on the side into that backer piece that we just installed. We're going to do the same thing around here as well. Now that we have everything assembled, now we're just going to put some finishing touches on it, starting with putting these pieces here to cover this up. To add finishing touches to the top, we will cut the pieces at 48 inches, which is the width of this, and then I'll put one on this end, one on that end, and then we'll fill the edges with the same board, the same finishing board, which is the 1x4. So we got all the finishing touches, and one other thing I wanted to show you is that we went ahead and added these supports because I thought that 8 feet of length was a little bit much if there's any wood pushing, or not wood, but dirt pushing behind it, and it's really solid now. So this is the conclusion of our 4x8 raised bed with style, and this cost us just under $100. Now I did use a couple of things that I already had, and that was the decking screws and also these roofing screws. Those were already purchased for another project, so I had those left over. So all told, if you had to buy those, you'd probably run somewhere around $110. But that's a pretty good deal, because if you needed to purchase something like this from off the market, then it's going to be well over double or triple that amount of money. So I hope this project was helpful, and also one other thing is that I spent about 4.5 hours doing it, and from start to finish. So give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. You got you something.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, I love it. I get
Happy Mother's Day.